the leader of the U.S. biathlon program, sat down for a recent dinner at a bar in Park City, Utah, when he happened to glance at the television. There, on the screen, was a biathlon competition. On TV, in a bar, in America. I've waited, CEO Max Cobb said, 30 years for that moment. One day soon, Cobb envisions something even greater, the U.S. leading the charge in a sport that combines cross-country skiing and rifle shooting. To achieve that, Cobb, who's been with the program since 1989, and his staff initiated a blueprint aimed at capturing the country's first Olympic biathlon medal. The model includes bringing in coaches from Europe, contracting with a machine shop to test different sorts of metals for better glide performance, and partnering with a university professor to analyze shooting mechanics. I believe the day an American wins its first Olympic medal in the biathlon is the day our country discovers the drama and beauty of the biathlon, said Cobb, whose squad will compete at the World Championships beginning this week in Sweden. It will be a beautiful moment. In a sport long dominated by nations such as Norway, Germany and Russia, the Americans remain an economic underdog, Cobb said, with an annual budget of about $2.6 million. That's fractions of what their counterparts spend. So they need creative ways to close the gap. The road to an Olympic medal may be the result of using better metal, which is why the team has been working with a machine shop technician in Austria. The goal is to reduce the surface friction for better glide. So far, they've tried out 150 different blades. Anything to help the athletes glide faster while skiing. In addition, they've been working with Dr. Gerald Saliker from the University of Salzburg to analyze shooting mechanics. They've developed a remote trigger pressure sensor that allows them to see how much pressure an athlete is putting on the trigger. Anything to help them shoot straighter at the targets under pressure. One of those things that I see as a competitive advantage of us is we innovate and collaborate better than our competitors, Cobb said. The fact we know we're being outspent and have this clear goal of trying to achieve America's first Olympic biathlon medal, those are really unifying goals that keeps us all focused. The organization began to revamp the business model in early 2016. It was a way to spring forward after a 2014 Sochi Games in which Susan Dunkley came within one missed shot from capturing an elusive medal. The team had breakout performances at the 2017 World Championships, with Lowell Bailey earning gold in the 20-kilometer individual race and Dunkley taking silver in the women's mass start. It was proof that things were trending in the right direction. Then, at the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea last winter, something that couldn't be predicted, sickness. Dunkley got the flu that week. Bailey, who's now retired, fought an illness leading into the Olympics. Soon after Pyeongchang, some big biathlon names were brought in to lead the team into the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing. Armin Oschenthaler, who's in his second go-around with the squad as he takes over the women's squad after leading the Swiss team. Michael Gries of Germany, who's overlooking the men's side following a career that saw him capture 3 gold medals at the 2006 Turin Games. Retired American standout Tim Burke, whose new role is athlete development manager. The New York native competed at 4 Winter Olympics and earned a silver medal at the 2013 World Championships. You have to be unafraid to change things, even when you're going along pretty well, Cobb said. Sometimes, you need a new stimulation, to look at different ways of doing things. To boost the team's profile, they've hired a marketing firm based in Austria. They've added sponsors in Europe, Maloja, a small German clothing brand, and in the U.S. Ariens, a Wisconsin-based company that manufactures lawn mowers and snowblowers, and expanding into Europe. Europe is simply where the dollars are and the viewers reside. If you were to go to Germany and you turn on the television in prime time, you'd see biathlon and you'd have 5 million people or so tuning in to watch. It's like turning on the TV in the States and seeing NFL on ESPN, the 33-year-old Dunkley explained. It's the most popular winter sport there. But you go to the States and you tell someone on the street, "Oh, I do the biathlon," and they're like, "Is that swimming and running?" I'm like, "Not quite. We don't have much of a following over here." Steadily, that's changing. This season, there will be about 85 hours of original content on NBC's stable of networks, which is how Cobb was able to watch a World Cup biathlon race in a bar in Utah. And last month, a biathlon World Cup event was staged on home snow for the first time in 3 years. The site was Soldier Hollow, where the biathlon events were contested at the 2002 Salt Lake City Games. Food trucks were brought in, along with a petting zoo and mechanical bull, to create a festival-style atmosphere. The crowds were tremendously impressive, Dunkley said. They all do their part, even filling multiple roles. Take Bernd Eisenbichler, one of the program's visionaries who has gone from wax technician, to high-performance director, to chief of sport over the last 2 decades. He still helps out with making sure the skis are finely tuned. Everybody is looking themselves in the mirror and asking, "Is there anything else I can do to help the team?" Cobb said. When you have that kind of buy-in, it's inspiring to everybody.